Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really powerful idea from Dr. Alberto Villoldo's soul journeying, this incredible journey from living a life of fate to creating a life of destiny.
So let's just start with a big question, one that gets right to the heart of Villoldo's work. Are you really living your life, or are you just following a script? You know, one written for you by your family, your history, maybe even your genes? To really get a handle on our true potential, we first have to look at what's holding us back. And that all starts with this concept of fate, this predetermined path that can feel, well, pretty much unavoidable. And this is where Villoldo makes such a powerful distinction. Fate, he says, is the script. It's that hand-me-down story that leads to the same old patterns, the same struggles. It even shares a root with the word fatality, which says a lot. But destiny is different. That's your calling. It's the conscious choice to pick up the pen and write your own story, to finally break free from all that negative programming.
This whole idea is just captured perfectly in the myth of Parsifal. To protect him, his mother gives him this advice, and she dresses him in this simple, homespun garment, which is just this perfect metaphor for the ancestral wounds and warnings we all carry. It's like a cloak of fear that binds him to a fated path, and it stops him from asking the one question that could change absolutely everything.
But here's the thing, even when we're totally caught in that web of fate, there's always a call to something more, a pull towards our real destiny. The whole journey is about learning how to hear that call and, actually answer it. And this is where we see the true cost of staying stuck in our conditioning. Early on, Parsifal finds himself in the legendary Grail Castle. He sees the wounded king, he sees all the suffering around him, but his mother's warning, don't ask any questions, it just paralyzes him. He says nothing, and he completely misses his golden opportunity to heal the king, the kingdom, and to step into his own destiny.
So, years go by, Parsifal becomes this famous knight, he's got all the external success you could imagine, but then this mysterious hag shows up, and she is the ultimate reality check. She confronts him right in front of everyone and reveals this devastating truth. All his achievements are completely hollow. He basically won the world, but he lost his soul, all because he failed at the one quest that actually mattered.
Okay, so the big question is, how do we avoid Parsifal's fate? How do we answer our own call to destiny? Well, Villoldo suggests we need a map, and we need a method for navigating our own inner landscape.
For this, Villoldo draws on the wisdom of the Laika, the high shamans of the Andes. They map our consciousness not as just one reality, but as three. We live here, in the middle world, our everyday life. But beneath it is the lower world. That's the subconscious realm of the soul, of our past, of our deepest wounds. And then above us is the upper world, the realm of spirit and our highest yet-to-be-realized destiny.
So how do you actually visit these worlds? Well, the key is a practice called journeying. Through specific breathing techniques and meditative states, you enter this heightened awareness that literally lets you step outside of linear time. All of a sudden, you're not just a leaf floating down the river of time anymore, you can actually explore upstream to see the past or get a glimpse of what's waiting way down the river in the future.
And look, this isn't just mysticism. As Einstein famously said, modern physics has been grappling with this idea for a long time, that our whole perception of time as a straight line is really just a persistent illusion. And if time isn't a fixed line, well, that opens up the incredible possibility that we can actually influence our past and our future. The first, and maybe the most crucial, use of this practice is what Villoldo calls soul retrieval. It's a journey down into that lower world to find and heal the parts of ourselves that we lost a long, long time ago.
This journey into the lower world actually follows a pretty clear map through 4 chambers of the soul. You start by finding your original wound. Then you uncover the unconscious soul contracts you made because of it. From there, you get to reclaim your original state of grace. And finally, you retrieve the hidden gifts and treasures that got buried along with that wound.
Now, this is super important. The Chamber of Wounds is not about reliving trauma. It's about becoming a neutral observer of the source event, finding that very first domino that fell and started a lifelong pattern. The whole point is to find that original fated script that you've been unknowingly acting out ever since. This kind of event is what causes soul loss. See, during a trauma, a piece of our vital life energy basically flees for safety. It's a survival mechanism. But it explains why, say, a 40-year-old might react to a simple conflict with the emotional maturity of a 7-year-old, because a part of their soul is still stuck back at that age, just waiting to be brought home.
And by bringing these lost parts of our soul back, the goal isn't just to patch up the past. It's about fundamentally changing our entire trajectory and creating a vibrant, brand new future.
This brings us to a really critical distinction Volodya makes. Curing, that's the business of medicine. It's about removing a symptom like a tumor. But healing? Healing is the work of the soul journeyer. It doesn't just treat the symptom, it goes after the source of the suffering, empowering you to write a completely new and meaningful life story.
And that brings us right back to Parsifal. After a whole lifetime of wandering, humbled, stripped of all those false achievements, he finally finds his way back to the castle. He's done the inner work, and this time he's ready. He asks the question, he heals the king, and at long last, he fulfills his true destiny.
Did you notice that Parsifal's healing question was an act of service? It shifted the focus from himself to someone else. And that leaves us with a really powerful question for our own journey. If a single soul-deep question could rewrite your script and unlock your destiny, what would your question be?